Good morning. How is everyone today? I'm back to my old self. I'm completely healed from my very long sickness. I'm going to talk about this really quick about my reality. I had gotten really ill. I did a video on it. Took me a long time to heal. My back ended up going out from laying in bed for 10 days. And then my brother Kai came home from Taiwan. And I gauged this reality by my immediate family. My siblings, my one parent left, my father, and of course all the children, grandchildren if you like. And when my brother came home for a month, wow, I kept thinking that certain parts of this reality had woken up. And I'd have to say yes to a very small degree, but the negativity was so overwhelming when my brother Kai came here. He became completely paranoid, deeply terrified in his soul when his foundation of what he did discover became his reality. And then, of course, I had to endure his negativity for a month, and it was so bad that I was constantly having to leave the house. Basically, when he left, which was a couple days ago, 2 days ago, I saged the entire house. Sage is wonderful. Not only does it metaphysically clean the atmosphere, but it also biologically cleans the bacteria out of the air. So I saged the entire house, every room, the garage, the sunroom, the downstairs, and then I went outside and I even saged the yard. While saging, I made massive affirmations of positivity and the like. So that's why I really haven't posted in the month of March. It really was my in with the lion and out with the lamb. And yes, that's what it used to be. In with the lion and out with the lamb. So we don't know what it is now, because now they're saying it's some Mandela effect and it's in with the lion, out with the wolf, or some crazy crap like that. This is a sim. And I can't stress that enough. So I've made affirmations that everything is going up, 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 up. We will be looking at a huge final split in consciousness reality, probably the first and a half, maybe a week and a half into the 1st of November. And it will be our final consciousness divide. It'll be the culminating consciousness divide. Now, I had promised to make a video because some people were asking me about the brain and spinal cord beings. So here we go on that. Now remember, this is a sim. I'm going to go back to where we all came from, the void. And we are from source. We came out of source. We are in the negative archon. And from that point, inside of the negative archon, everything was created in here that we're experiencing now, even outside of that. So even if you pass away here and you go to the next whatever, you're still inside the archon until you can alleviate yourself from being in the archon itself and you grow yourself out of him with positivity and being able to leave. I have said this before in other videos. It's the hardest thing is actually being able to leave because we don't want to leave for multiple reasons. But basically, when I had first found out about the brain and spinal cords, I was deeply upset. What put me on this path was Ducky Hellfire. He had done 3 videos. He took his channel down, I'm pretty sure. And he did it because of, I guess it was too much when he started figuring it out and he couldn't handle it. There was a point where in this sim, it happens over and over, where this entire reality sim is being run by energy beings. And like I said before, the crystalline energy beings that were in the crystal cities are the fallen ones. And from there, it goes into your mythology, archaeology, because it's all the same. Those crystalline beings, the gods that fell, decided that they outgrew their physical avatars and they had encased themselves into AI, basically a brain and a spinal cord in a cylinder. Running through AI is another reality sim where it was endless sims. When I look at the whole thing and I step back and I'm looking and I'm stepping back and I'm like, I want to see this in its entirety. Instead of going down little rabbit holes, I want to see the whole thing, and let's nutshell this. And what I'm seeing is there are beings from a higher dimension that are not encased in brain and spinal cords that have come in, like me, projected into this sim, because it is for a lack of a better word, a ship. And the brain and spinal cords are actually running the whole ship, which is the AI. AI is like an octopus. It's into everything through the brain and spinal cords. And I was really amazed how in depth this actually is. I came in, like many others, to let people know brain and spinal cords that were captured through different realities where it was a more physical avatar. Because remember, physicality is perception. Everything, even when you die, you think you're physical still and you just left another part of you, but you're still physical. It's perception because we're in a sim. So that's a big rabbit hole in itself. But anyway, there are beings that were encased, like poor Ducky Hellfire and others that I could name, that are brain and spinal cords. And when they come to this realization, it really, what are you going to do? The only thing you can do is wake up, realize what you're doing, and decide, are you going to continue down this path as a brain and spinal cord, or are you going to wake up and sever the connection and leave? Because that's the big one. Keeping you in a deceptive reality where you think everything is real around you. You've been given scenarios, you've been given foundations, all so that you don't wake up, because you don't realize you are the brain and spinal cords running the entire show. You are wiped. That's your reincarnation scheme over and over and over, unless you're projected in. And at that point, you have chosen to come in and out, and you can. Most people that are awake like me, it's because we can leave, go in and out, and then come back, garner whatever. And then it all goes into sleep. What is sleep? Why is it when you dream, it's just like here. You can taste, you can feel, you can smell. You can have all your senses like you do here. Even your sixth sense. You can fly. You can even do more, because it's all still a sim. All they're doing is breaking up your consciousness and putting you into another construct. So every time you dream, it's a further construct of something else. This is why you never rest. You never truly rest. How can you rest when you're a brain and spinal cord and you're plugged in, literally plugged in, running everything? You're given all of this and don't realize that you're the machine, the biological machine, hooked up to the AI machine to run the entire thing. Now, I do know that when I look into it, the majority of brain and spinal cords haven't got a clue of what happened to them, that they were ripped from their avatar, thrown into this to run the sim. When a brain and spinal cord dies, they go and harvest more of these brain and spinal cords to do replacements. What I do see is there's a handful, and there's a really big brain with a huge spinal cord, which was one of the originals, which we all were, but diminished, of the crystalline city beings, the fallen gods. We all are. But remember, in all of this scenario going on, we are still energy beings trapped in an archonic reality, which we need to break free of and go back out into the void and then be who we really are. Everything is a deception upon a deception upon a deception. And it's like, okay, where do we begin to unravel this onion? Because it's that multi-layered. Know that whatever happens, you're going to have to know and see what you want for your reality. And the main thing is, how do you want to live? Do you want to wake up? Do you want to stay in your state of deception? If you're going to live in the state of deception, what else are you going to do? What are you willing to do? Realizing that you're an eternal being. Actually, it breaks down to thought. I mean, what exactly is death? Death is a release of your energy being, and it's as simple as that. And to be taught to fear death is so ridiculous. You're not going to go to hell and brimstone. You're already here. I mean, there's so many beings working so hard, those brain and spinal cords with that main being, brain and spinal cord, working so hard to throw every negative thing at you, because it's easier to gravitate toward negativity in this 3D than it is to go to positivity. And the thing of it is, most of this negativity is coming through this device at you. This is why I'm always saying, try to stay out of cyber world, limit what you allow into your reality, make sure it's high and vibrational and positive. Because if it's going to put you on a low negative vibration because you're just being induced for negativity again and again and again, walk away. Don't create that reality for yourself. Walk away. So the whole nutshell is we're here to help the brain and spinal cords that have been encased into a deeper AI reality to wake up and decide what they want to do with their energy being or data stream. Most of us that have the data stream, we are not connected to a brain and spinal cord. No, we're not. But we're here to help those that are. So they can decide what they want to do with their reality. Do you want to be encased in this for eternity? Of course you won't. Even the brain and spinal cords come to a point where there's an end date. They just don't last. Biological anything doesn't really last. You can prolong it, but it isn't going to last. Oh, I hear my cat. Come on, baby. It got really cold outside. It was extremely warm. And then it got extremely cold outside. And it's like, this weather manipulation's off the scale. We're in the 60s one week, and then we're down in the 20s. Of course, I'm always bitching about this because it's not healthy for nature because, you can't have trees starting to pull sap up, and then here I am digressing, and then it blows up because it's frozen again. It's a great way to kill nature. Anyway, I'm digressing. But yes, I don't want anybody panicking. The first time I started talking about this was with Adam, Mr. Theron. And unfortunately, I wanted to see how he would gauge it, to see how everybody else would gauge it. And of course, it was upsetting for him. And I thought, well, that's not my point. I don't want to upset anyone. I just want to get this information out, but I don't want you to be in a fear-based state. So I'm also thinking that maybe a lot of things happened to me, so I didn't slam right into what I'm saying now. Because I do not want anyone to end up in a fear-based state because of what I'm saying. It is knowledge. You have to accept it or not accept it. But then what are you going to do about it? Are you going to stay compliant and do nothing and act like nothing was ever said? Or are you actually going to want to do something about it in your inner core? Do you want to do this for however long they have gauged you to do this? Do you want to remain a brain and spinal cord in a cylinder running a machine? An AI machine? For real? Remember, everything comes back to you and I being thought source energy. And that's exactly how we're being treated. An energy source. So it's up to you. Decide what you want to do. I'm here to give you that information. I won't be doing any more videos on the brain and spinal cords. I just needed to get this one out to let everyone know what the bigger picture is. And from there, we got to do what we got to do. I mean, I'm here too, and I want to have a little bit of a reality why I'm here. This place wasn't always corrupted. It wasn't always like this. At one time, it was run differently on a different energy source, and it had degraded into this. This AI isn't a bad thing, but it's been used most heinously. It's horrible. It's horrible. So it can always be switched to a better reality. The brain and spinal cords can be taken offline and released as energy beings, and then something else can be used as an energy source. And it does not have to be actual energy beings. No, it does not. So that's also out there too. This stuff can change. Don't think that it has to be this way because it's been this way for a while. It's been corrupted to be this way by the Archon, who is feeding off of us because he's feeding off of negativity. We taste better when we're on his level, on his energetic level. Of course, eventually, I already know this is all coming to an end anyway. So it's just how long are you going to contain in this reality? How long are you going to allow this to continue? Because it's just a matter of how long. How long will you comply? How long will you continue? Will you let it go for 10 years? Will you let it go for 1 million? I mean, it's strictly up to you. And as simple as that. I can think of a lot of other ways to spend a reality other than being slaved out as an energy source to run an AI machine. So think about that. Think really hard about that. And while you're here, raise your vibration. Find out that you are all you ever needed. This whole thing about you're not enough is ridiculous. You are everything you've ever needed. Remember, you're also being split into shards, which is a shattering of your consciousness. Even the brain and spinal cords are having this problem too. This is when Gaia was like Humpty Dumpty and she was smashed into 1,000 realities, and it's just data streams. Even if you're a brain and spinal cord, you're still data streams into different parts of this sim reality. So it's quite interesting. The technology is phenomenal. I'm not going to lie about it. It's awesome technology. And the technology is learning and garnering and becoming even more, even more, even more. Everything that comes out into our reality has not been created. It's been reintroduced. So even in this 3D, 4D reality, things are coming out and you're thinking, oh, we did all this and we're the pinnacle of everything we were. No, we were at the pinnacle when this place was created, and we have digressed since. And everything that's coming out has already been there. You think all of a sudden all this technology is coming out because they just invented it? No, it's being released. It's being released. So I don't want to go on and on about rambling. Raise your vibrations, like I always say. It's always wonderful reality. Where is your intention? Where is your perception? Where your perception is will be your reality. See yourself in every avenue that you want to be in, and know it's already there. Know it's already happened. This is a big one too. We are creating each frame, and I cannot stress this alone. Who's creating each frame? You are. So where's your attention? On negativity? Well, raise that negativity. Start creating the frames that you want to see yourself in. There it is. It's as simple as that. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but this place is geared toward negativity. Let's raise that percentage and take control, because it only takes a few of us to actually change the tide. It doesn't take a lot of us. It takes a few of us. Because once we talk, we are the grains. We are the seeds. We are what will grow inside of everyone. We are the beginning of the tree. The roots go deep and the branches go high. And before you know it, we filled the entire snow globe with our energy, below and above. Okay, on that note, I guess everybody have a great day. And I won't be talking about this subject anymore. You can say whatever you want on the comments. I always take a while before I answer the comments, because it's like, well, like all to come in and then I'll finally answer it. Now that the house is mine again and the energy's back up again, I'll be making more videos. I do have some very interesting subjects I want to talk about, and I'll be doing those videos next. Everybody have a great day, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.